السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم يا مصرف القلوب صرف.
There could be a serious problem in ISIS itself.
Right.
It could lead to its breakup. But that is all for the future, because now we have to see, we have to have concrete evidence that Baghdadi was actually killed in the airstrike.
Russian army claimed that it had struck a meeting of Islamic State leaders in Syria on May 28 with its missiles, and they're trying to verify whether the group's leader has been killed. In a statement, the army has said that the attack took place near the ISIS stronghold in Raqqa, which was also attended by ISIS leader Abubakar al-Baghdadi.
Russia says Abubakar al-Baghdadi was killed in a Russian strike in late May, along with other senior group commanders attending a meeting in Syria.
Joining us right now, Republican Congressman Chuck Fleischman of Tennessee. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning.
If true, how significant a development is this in the fight against ISIS?
Oh, it's very significant. There needs to be a world war, a world combat against ISIS. ISIS has been bad. They have grown. They have spread like a cancer. And any time that we can take out one of their leaders or deter their horrible agenda, it's a victory for mankind.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
Ever since man walked on the face of the earth, there have been over 15,000 major wars that have killed close to 4 billion people. Though impossible to calculate accurately, it is estimated that since the beginning of our recorded history, the world has known only about 300 years of peace. Each leader in the world desires to find a lasting solution to the issue that has plagued our beautiful planet centuries over centuries. There have been many movements, conferences, organizations and NGOs all over the world that promote the idea of world peace, but peace on earth has continued to be just an aspiration. Khalifa the Ahmediyya is the heavenly institution that was prophesied by the peace-loving Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. History has shown that whenever the world suffers disorder and injustice, a spiritually guided man stands up and advises the world on how to achieve peace through the heavenly teachings of Islam.
I have firm faith that Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is Khatam al-Nabiyyin, the seal of all the prophets.
The Ahmadiyya Muslim community is a dynamic, fast-growing, international revival movement within Islam. Founded in 1889, it spans more than 195 countries, with membership exceeding tens of millions. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community is the only Islamic organization to believe that the long-awaited Messiah has come in the person of Mirza غلام Ahmad of Qadian, India. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community believes that only spiritual successorship can uphold the true values of Islam and unite humanity. 5 spiritual leaders have succeeded Ahmad since his demise in 1908.
He's one of the world's most influential Muslim leaders. His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad is the Caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslims. He preaches a simple love for all, hatred for none philosophy.
He is known by world leaders for his humanitarian efforts and his mission for world peace, anchored by his famous slogan of love for all, hatred for none.
हर हाल में तुम्हारी इयानत खुदा करे, हर हाल में तुम्हारी इयानत خدا کرے تیرا سفر ہو باعث رحمت خدا کرے دنیا بگوش ہوش سنے تیری بات کو دنیا بگوش ہوش سنے تیری بات کو.
Thousands of faithful had their prayers answered. Walking amongst them, embracing them, guiding them was Khalifatul Masih. For many weeks, the leader of the faithful has traveled across continents and met thousands of his people, changing lives and thoughts. He spread his word to all, spoken in the halls of government. Even kings have sought his blessings.
Continuing to spread your beautiful message, love for all and hatred for none.
The lack of justice in our world and the real importance of getting all people together to work together. There's not some people good, some people bad. We must always work together. I thought,
especially your emphasis on love for all and, of course, hatred for none is something that is integral to the success of our society and success of humanity.
That message, that strong message that comes from your community, that comes from your religious beliefs of love for all and hatred for none, was something that resonated not only with my soul, but also with my head.
We know that the Ahmadiyan Muslim community are a righteous people and a good people and a godly people, loyal Australians and hard-working Australians. And in their heart and in their soul, they have a love of good because they have a love of God.
Do you want to know what he told me? He said, peace begins with you. Peace begins at home.
I have been working with the MTAA community for almost last 10 years, and I have always found that the main aim of this organization has been to bring peace and work with the interfaith council and different religions.
Delivered a historic address at the Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C.
I have delivered the same message, calling for peace and justice.
ISIS in Iraq and Syria, and the way he showed that ISIS has nothing to do with the faith of Islam.
His Holiness gave a speech that was incredibly powerful, that set out all of the claims that violent groups like ISIS made and then totally demolished them in terms of what the Quran actually says.
But the Holiness, I just thought, it's incredible because all the things he was saying were going through my mind and I could actually relate to nearly everything that he said, which actually I think probably surprised me for some reason. I don't know why. I just found it very, very moving. I'm really pleased I came. I can't say more than that.
His Holiness has met world leaders from the Far East to Europe, from North America to Africa, discussing the economic, social, and political problems facing the world today, and how to create peace and justice in the world. He has also met religious and community leaders in order to share common values and core ideals universal to all religions and cultures, with a view to improving the moral state of mankind and creating an atmosphere of love and affection. From young to old, he compassionately listens to the ordinary man, regardless of race, color, or religion.
I want to express gratitude for the privilege of appearing here in front of Your Holiness and this assemblage. We're really honored you're here. I was saying earlier that you brought the House and the Senate together. We should have you here more often, and we're grateful.
I would like to pay an additional tribute to the work being done by Ahmadis in raising standards in Africa and particularly in education.
And I think about, Your Holiness, the extraordinary work you did in Ghana, particularly your agricultural commitment, bringing wheat to the people of Ghana. Never been done in the history.
For all the events you go to, you will seldom see the golden key presented. Today you will see the golden key presented to you, Your Holiness.
I've seen 4 keys to the city given out in my 12 years as a city council member, and this is a very special honor indeed that is reserved for the most special of visitors.
This hand shook the hand of His Holiness. I was just thrilled.
And a better understanding of the Muslim faith as
as understood by, and the Holy Quran as understood by the Ahmadiya community. He's met with leaders around the globe to promote a more peaceful view of Muslims.
Take place and the opportunities to work together on promoting love for all and hatred for none.
When you as Ahmadis take your place in the public square and you proclaim love for all, hatred for none, you are in the most essential way a partner, a neighbor, a friend for all Canadians.
Muhammad Chaudhry and his family, part of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, were mistreated because of their beliefs. They emigrated to America, and in California, Muhammad saw world-changing technologies being launched in the same neighborhoods where too many students struggled just to stay in school. Today, he runs a foundation that works with schools, parents, and local IT startups to better prepare students to embrace science and math. And they've started turning the tables, thanks to Muhammad's foundation. So many of these students are now taking classes that put them on track for college. So we want to thank Muhammad for being such a great example. And you can see the kind of impact Muhammad's work can have, how each generation can help bring along the next, in young people like Ala Muhammad.
डॉक्टर अब्दुलसलाम अपनी साइंसी तहकीक के लिए हमेशा कुरान से रहनुमाई हासिल करते हैं और साइंसी असूलों की कुरान से वजाहत करते हैं.
After the disaster, within 14 minutes until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, these people, the Ahmadiyya community in Japan, took the immediate initiative to help in order to help these affected areas.
मेरा मतलूब, मेरा मकसूद और मेरी तमन्ना इंसानियत की सेवा करना है. यही मेरा काम है, यही मेरा ईमान, यही मेरी प्रेरिता और यही मेरा रास्ता है.
Mirza Nasir Ahmed, you are the supreme head of the Ahmadiyya movement. Which part does the movement play within the Islam?
The movement plays this part. We believe that the Mahdi has come to create the conditions of peace in this world.
I will, God willing, always continue to carry out my task and my responsibilities of promoting peace.